What's up, my friend? My name is André and today I'll be reacting to 7 things America does really well. But before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing that you also do very well? If you can leave a like on this video, thank you so much for that. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, oh man, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. Lawrence, what an amazing content creator. Give him some love. That said, let's play it.
It feels like you're living the dream while also escaping the feds.
Wait, what? Okay, let's see it.
Hello, I'm Lawrence. I'm from Britain and I live in the United States, and anybody that's seen my channel before will know that I absolutely love living here. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I do have feelings
How can you not? America is an amazing, amazing place.
about the things that America doesn't do quite so well, just as I'm aware of
Sure.
Britain's shortcomings. But, you know, I'm an optimist, and amid all of the criticisms that might be thrown at America, I often think it's important to remind myself of the things that America does well. You know, I think amid the pandemic of the last...
I mean, sorry for pausing, but I totally agree with him on this one. I mean, but this is just not about America. I think it's about life in general. I mean, we focus a lot on the negativity, when most of us, I know there will be exceptions, but most of us have so many things to be happy about. Look, I'm happy to have you guys watching me. I'm happy to be fairly healthy. I'm going to be that soon. I mean, so many things to be thankful about. So I try to focus on that. And I think what he's sharing right there is also great advice if you live in America. Sometimes people focus on the negativity. You guys have a beautiful country. I think there is a lot of things to love in America.
2 years and this
Sorry for that quick rant, but at least is what I feel.
sort of political division that's engulfed the country. It can be easy for us to lose sight of those details, those things that have made my stay in the United States an enjoyable one. So I'm going to outline some of them right here, right now, so that you can share this video from now until the end of time. Here are 7 things that the United States of America does really well.
Okay, let me predict a couple. Oh man, I'm already seeing pizza there. I was not about to say pizza, to be honest, but I was about to say burgers. I think no one does burgers better than America. I think let's go with the burgers for now.
Yes, it's a little bit of a cliche because, you know, everybody
Fried chicken.
loves pizza. Even back in Britain, we like pizza, just not as much as we do in America. You know, I lived in Britain for 26 years. I've lived in America for 14, and I've probably had 100...
Okay, with all the respect, that pizza does not look that great actually. But America makes great pizza.
times more pizzas since moving here. And on the whole, America does them really well. I'm sure the Italians won't thank me for saying that, and I'll caveat that by saying I do also love Italian pizza. I just love pizza in general. That's sort of a rule, isn't it? But
I mean, if you love pizza, yeah, no, you love Portuguese pizza also, trust me, my friend.
America has many different styles, and of course I live in Chicago, so I am living in the place where one of its most famous pizzas was born. And if I'm in the mood and I haven't eaten in 3 days, a Chicago deep dish pizza is amazing.
Yeah, I have a video where I reacted to Chicago deep dish pizza. Is that how you say it? And it's very thick. I'm not sure about, but seems really good. But I never tried one. Actually, let's run it back.
And I haven't eaten in 3 days. A Chicago deep dish pizza is amazing. But, and this is the reason that I don't go out onto the streets of Chicago anymore, I actually prefer the Detroit style. I know, because the thing is with Detroit style, it's like Hufflepuff. You know, everybody thinks they're either Gryffindor or Slytherin, but I'm a contrarian by nature, so I always like...
Oh, never mind. Actually, I was thinking about Detroit style. That is very thick. Never mind.
To go for the third option. For me, it's not New York style or Chicago, it's Detroit.
For me, honestly, on this one, I don't change my mind at all. I still think New York pizza style is the best one.
I promise that not all of my answers are about food, but I felt like I had to include this one. Not many things beat the feeling of waking up on a Sunday morning and making that decision to go to your local diner and have breakfast. For me, there's just a...
Oh, diner... to have breakfast. Okay, my mind got a bit confused right there. Okay.
significant amount
Yeah, American breakfast seems tremendous, tremendous.
of warmth that comes with an American diner. You know, it's the early morning chatter, it's the pour of
Okay.
the coffee, it's the omelets and the hash browns, it's the seating booth, it's all of it. I mean, it just makes up for such a great atmosphere. And, you know, we do have, of course, cafeterias and things like that
Just-
back in Britain, but we don't really have anything that's precisely the same as an American diner, which is sort of a shame because they also remind me of adventure, right?
I agree with that. I mean, specific because I see that on movies all the time. Seems kind of cozy. I love the fact that you can road trip and find one of those places to eat. And the food, at least on movies, of course, seems so good all the time. If I go to America, I would love to experience American dinner. Okay, I was not aware of this term, American dinner. Okay, I like it.
I always think of two film characters meeting in secret to plot the overthrow of the villain who's come to annihilate the city. I mean, that's why I go to diners.
What?
Streets. This might seem
Streets. Okay, this I think he's about to say this may seem weird, but this actually may seem weird. Actually, thought Europeans do streets a bit better. I think it's one of the things we actually do a bit better, but let's see it.
like a weird answer, especially since, of course, we have streets in Britain. And to some extent, I miss the streets in Britain. You know, there's character to the winding nature of them, and you can very much get lost just looking for the post office. Here, it feels like you're less likely to do that, and the orderly side of my brain appreciates that. Streets, firstly, of course, are laid out usually in blocks, so you have kind of rectangular streets. This is very much in line with my observations of America's fascination with rectangles. But it's not.
So one thing, something that I love about America, to be honest, I love a lot of things about America. And one of the things are you guys. Leave a like. That said, my friends, one of the things I really like about America is that, at least again, looking at videos, living there could be different, but seems like there is a lot of nature all around. You know, even big cities, they have a lot of trees. Sometimes, for example, my city lacks that a bit, and I don't like that. It's too urban, you know. So I really love that about America. And this for example, looks kind of beautiful to me. And I think this is very regular in America. And look at that fire hydrant, right? Iconic.
Not just that, right? It's the things that are on the street. Those fire hydrants that you see in the movies, it turns out they're real. And
they are real, yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I just saw those on the movies. The ones we have here, they are so ugly, guys. You guys have no idea. I may have to put a photo. I will try to put a photo up there, just for you guys to see it. But disgusting, with all the respect. The ones you have, tremendous. That should be in a museum.
house numbers seem to go on forever. It almost seemed peculiar back in Britain if the house number went into 4 digits. I don't know that I've had an American address that's had fewer than 3. Are there any Americans that live at, you know, number 4 Washington Street? Oh, and streets as well. They're all named after presidents or places in America or types of tree. And I just love that continuity. I love saying things like, I'll meet you on the corner of Maplewood and Jefferson in 5. And there are all...
That's amazing. I love him, by the way. His humor is my type of humor.
Always people walking.
And again, I know I repeat myself on this quite a lot, but if you like this type of reactions, leaving a like is always the best way to tell me that you also enjoy me watching Lawrence.
And their dogs on these streets, and they're usually super polite, and they'll look you in the eye and say, good morning, it's afternoon. I really couldn't have made this list without including...
Entertainment. That's a spicy one, I feel like. Because there is also good entertainment in Europe. But America have a lot of festivals, I feel like. Let's see if that's the reason.
Entertainment. I mean, obviously...
And probably a lot of amazing places to eat. Never mind, I'm with America again.
That's quite a broad term, but I think in general terms, very few countries do entertainment like the United States. Firstly, I mean, America produces so much entertainment. You could be talking about music, television, film.
That's
and
fair.
in each of those, there's just such a vast array of output. Now, don't get me wrong, some of it's crap. But when they get it right, which historically has been often, you end up with The Wizard of Oz, you end up with Star Wars, you end up with the Marvel franchise, Quantum Leap. I could go on.
Okay, so this is a very fair argument. I was thinking about doing something live, you know, to be honest, but because I watch the movies you guys also watch in Portugal, you know, but makes sense that is actually laying down what America does really well, and for sure movies, TV shows, you guys do that tremendous.
Wrestling.
Too good sometimes because I spend time watching too much TV. Specific movies, specific even more Netflix. No, theme parks. He's talking about Disneyland.
You know,
There is more than Disneyland, but I just can remember that one.
I thought about including this under entertainment, but it seems as though theme parks deserve their own entry. That was a pun on entering a theme park. Now,
That was a great joke, actually. I will lose that in the future.
over the years, Britain has had its fair share of theme parks, from Alton Towers to Flamingo Land to the M25, but America just has more of them. And of course, I think everybody knows about Disneyland and Disney World and Universal Studios and all of that. But after moving here, I realized, much to my intense happiness,
Actually, okay, the really dumb question, but what's the difference between Disneyland and Disney World? I thought it was the same thing.
that theme parks aren't just reserved for Florida and California, but can actually be found in many states. I think the first one I went to was Kings Island, just outside of Cincinnati. And I also went to Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. And yes, that's a real place. And the strange thing is I didn't go on many of the roller coasters because I have this overwhelming feeling that we're going to crash. So you might be thinking, what do you even get out of theme parks? And to me, it's the atmosphere. It's the balloons. It's the movie scores that play throughout the entire place. It's the hot summer days. You know, it's the interns dressed in a Yogi Bear costume. Come to think of it, that must be hell in July. But for the rest of us, it's great to meet Yogi and friends.
Honestly, I would enjoy that side of America, the theme parks. I think I would enjoy that a lot.
People who watch this channel
Parks. I think he's talking about natural parks, like Yosemite. Is that the word that I pronunciated correct? I'm not sure. You guys, by the way, you guys keep explaining me in the comments how to pronunciate Yosemite, but I get more confused every time I see an explanation, and I feel like people explain in different ways. So I'm going with Yosemite, because that looks some Japanese name and I love it. Okay, let's continue.
regularly know that I absolutely love parks, partly for the opposite reason that I love theme parks, which now that I've said that out loud, I've just realised that theme parks are themselves parks. Anyway, the point is, it's the relative absence of people that makes them so enjoyable. This was
no humans, more fun. I'm with you on that.
in the case for me when I lived in Britain, where we have a boatload of parks, some of which have boats. But just like with theme parks, America has...
But I think... I feel like I paused it 2 million times on this video, but it is what it is, my friends. And someone told me to rewind every time I do a pause. I have been not doing that, I have to say it, but I will do it right now, actually. But going back to my point, I feel like he's talking about parks inside of the city, right? So a bit different than the natural parks I'm thinking about.
A boatload of parks, some of which have boats. But just like with theme parks, America has way more of them. And some of them are absolutely massive. There's one in Alaska that is larger than Northern Ireland and Wales combined. In fact, back in
Wait, never mind. He's actually talking about natural parks, right?
the day, I did a video about US national parks that absolutely dwarf their UK equivalents. I'll link to that at the end of this video. And there's sort of a higher...
I was saying natural park, I meant national parks. I'm dumb.
hierarchy of parks here as well. You've got the sort of local municipal parks, you've got state
They are natural, so there is some truth.
park, you've got national parks. Spoil for choice because the United States is made up of a very diverse terrain. So you've got the hot springs at Yellowstone National Park, you've got the tree-laden mountains of Great Smoky Mountains National Park, you've got the
Smoky Mountains, tremendous natural park. Yellowstone, beautiful. America is great, I'm sorry.
Grand Canyon and just 100
Grand Canyon, tell me about.
million other places. That is an exaggeration, but there's a lot of them.
I believe
And of
it.
course you could fly to
Oh, road trips. That's why there is the sign right there. Road 66. This is one of my dreams. I have to be open with you, my friends. I would love to pick a... I was about to say a car. I would love to pick a truck. I'm in America. And travel this route and meet people. I think that would be great, you know.
To these places, although not directly, you'd have to go to an airport. But really, let's be honest, does that beat a good old American road trip? I don't think so. I love the open road in the US, and you know, some of that comes from the movies. Again, it's just like with the diner. It feels like you're living the dream while also escaping the feds. And you just...
Okay, that was the joke. It's kind of a good one.
Stick on Billy Joel or something cool, you wind down the window and you just hit the gas, man. Not the gas man, you hit the gas.
Yeah, I got it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yes,
and that open road, of course, really is open and long, with some highways spanning the entire country. And you see things on these journeys that you don't see from the air, and you certainly wouldn't see in Britain, like quirky roadside attractions, especially...
That's Abraham Lincoln? No chance. That's amazing. By the way, this is Manchester United, great team in England that is not doing very well nowadays. Sorry, it is what it is. Okay, but amazing.
When you're on a historic route, or the terrain that I just spoke about. And taking road trips in Britain was never quite the same thing, because firstly, the country is nowhere near as big.
Yeah,
and
no.
Secondly, in the UK, you can get to most towns and cities by train, which is equally adventurous, but you can't really do that for the most part in America, because...
Actually, I know this is not related with the video, but kind of is at the same time. If I want to do a trip in America just using trains, will I be able to do it? Because I know public transportation is not Americans' cup of tea. I said it. It is what it is, my friends. You guys also know that. But I wonder if I would be able to do it. Can I visit every state? Oh, that would be an amazing trip, actually.
There isn't high-speed rail. That's an example of something it doesn't do too well. So I'm going to embrace one of the things that it does, and that's road trips. That is it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below some of the things that you think America does well. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on Twitter at LostInThePondUS, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that my videos don't get lost in the pond. This channel would not be possible without my patrons, so to support this channel and to attend my secret Friday afternoon live streams, sign up today at patreon.com/LostInThePond. Until the next video, goodbye.
Okay, my friends, I thought this was a fantastic video. Leave a like if you also agree. And I will not share 7 things that America does really well. I will share 3 things that America does really well. 1, food. I think food is tremendous in America. I'm sorry. I think it's tremendous. Probably the best place in the world. Not that you guys do very well, but God gives you that natural beauty of the country. Tremendous. Number 3, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, I know I joke a lot, but I really believe on this. Most people are actually really nice people, and I think from my interaction with you guys on YouTube, some of the best people I met online are 100% American. So I think that's it for today, my friends. Do not forget to leave a like, do not forget to subscribe, and yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.